listening to Somos Hollywood, a podcast where Latinos in film and TV talk about their recent projects and the ongoing fight for more inclusion in the industry. I mean, we're already here, and we're not going anywhere. So yeah, apúrense. We are ready. We are talented. We are Hollywood. Somos Hollywood.
Hey Rick, how's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing, Kiko? I'm great, thank
Thanks for
you.
taking the time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, so I jumped on Peacock last night and I watched your SVU episode from February 2000, right? It's pretty crazy. Does it feel like 25 years ago?
Man, yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Man, that was crazy. That's I can't believe time flies like that.
Yeah. Does it feel like your career has come full circle now that you're starring in OC?
It just feels like life is just kooky that way,
Yeah.
it's just very strange. Yeah, I mean, I think my very first day on OC was I literally thought about that day just being on set with Chris. That's the last time I saw him
Mm.
on that set in 1999. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
There's some heavy hitters on that episode. Dennis O'Hare, J.K. Simmons, who just won an Oscar like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was yeah, man, I must have watched it back in like 2000 because that was the last time I saw it.
Yeah. Uh,
Insane.
Yeah, so your character in that one, it was accused of a crime.
Right, raping an
That,
old woman, right?
yeah,
Raping and
yeah,
killing an
kind of
old woman.
crazy. And they threw you
Yeah.
under the bus too. I think like they don't even you end up like I guess serving time. They never go back to your character, so
No,
I think you just stay in jail.
I
So
stay in Rikers
yeah, yeah. Does it feel good to be on the other side of the law this time around?
100%. I like this side. Like to be on the other side of that table.
That's awesome. Why do you think a series like Law and Order and its many offshoots have stood the test of time in this ever-changing TV landscape? I mean, even in that episode that we're talking about,
Yeah.
they use the R word a lot, which wouldn't fly today.
Right. Yeah, I just think like people love to see things have a beginning, middle, and end,
Hmm.
and I think having a case and then being able to learn about the case, and then, find justice and then do that over and over again, there's something comforting about that, knowing that at the end of the day, we're gonna catch these guys. We're gonna figure this out. And
Right,
the beauty about Law and Order is the tone is so you have great actors. The writing is so believable.
right,
Um, and so you do feel like as though like you're watching a reenactment or documentary sometimes that has an energy and a tone of and a realness to it that makes people feel comforted when they know that justice will be served.
right,
And then you can get that over and over again. So there's a comfortability because I spoke to a lot of friends who watch it,
right.
before bed, and I'm just like, I just dang, like you're watching this before bed, but
Yeah.
it's the idea of like I know what I'm getting, and I get that. I totally get it.
Coming into something that's so well established, decades and decades of episodes, did that put any added pressure on you to kind of like get the tone right and kind of fit yourself in organically?
No, I think I I was approached to play the character and this idea of playing Reyes and being someone who understood and had a real talent for going undercover and um you know that excited me and I just felt like I understood the character and I knew how to bring something to him and what I wanted to do with the character, I was excited about. So, um, yeah, I mean, I think, and there's just so many great actors on this show that they're so welcoming and inviting, and so they make it comfortable for you to play and find your footing.
Mhm.
So, I no, it was pretty seamless actually to just jump in.
That's very cool. So I've been interviewing Hollywood talent like you for as long as you've been acting, and I actually interviewed you once before, and I had to check back, and it's crazy. It's almost exactly 20 years ago to the day I interviewed you for War of the Worlds. So I had to
No
go find the
way.
interview again. So I'm gonna read you a quote that you gave me 20 years ago, and I want you to tell me if it still fits you. So you said, I think right now I'm just trying to make good strategic moves and trying to be part of something really part of be trying to be part of some really different types of things. I want to be part of things that people would normally not think of me in. I definitely want to give people the I definitely don't want to give people the impression that I am only one specific type of actor. Do you still follow that mantra?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, wow, that's pretty, it's pretty mature for me to say that at that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I think you're 25 at that time. I was probably around the same age. Yeah, we're about the same age. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think and if I'm not mistaken, I just did a movie in Romania called
Hmm.
Pulse. And
Mm,
then
right.
or I was shooting it at that time. And then we we had did our interview and War of the Worlds was coming out.
It was coming out that next like
Yeah, it
in
was
three or
out.
4 weeks after that. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think that for me, acting was always about being able to play different characters and being able to, because comedy was always like my thing. I love comedy so much, and it was
Right.
like it was something that came natural to me. And I learned that from in school. Like my teachers always say, "Hey, like comedy, like understand that that's your comfort sweet spot, but." you know, as I became a working actor, drama was always like in the forefront. I was always booking that easier than comedy.
Mm,
And and I know for me, like my favorite actors are people who can sort of do comedy and then be able to do drama and then be able to do sci-fi and then be able to do romantic comedies and then be able to do like period pieces and
right.
so like I just always felt like that was like the pinnacle of like being able to stretch yourself.
Hmm.
I think that mantra that I was talking about during that time was speaking to the idea of like, as long as I can like do different things, then I'm gonna be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely. Do you consider yourself a fulfilled actor over the past 20 years, or is there something that you still want to do that you haven't gotten the chance to?
I mean, I think I'm slowly getting there.
Hmm.
I think things are slowly starting to get there. I think playing Bobby is a important step for me
Yeah.
in terms of kind of like playing a character that is dealing with a lot, also a detective, a family man, um, who's now divorced. I mean, there's just so much that I haven't played before with him. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. But at the same time, in the back of your mind, you still like comedy. Like if they were to
Oh
make
yeah.
if
Oh,
they were to
absolutely.
like do an old school remake or something, you'd be there, right?
Hey, if they did old school too, I'm there.
There you go. Is there anything you can tell me about Predator killers, killers? Who do you?
Yeah.
Because I saw the trailer and I can sort of guess who you might be, but there's no name attached. Are
Yeah.
you the little? Are you the Latino with the little?
Yes, I play the Allied World War II pilot. And yeah, no, I mean, I'm so excited about this because I worked with Dan Trachtenberg
Hmm.
on The Lost Symbol for
Okay.
Peacock. And Dan did Prey with Amber Midthunder,
Yeah, they're
and
great.
that was a great film. And so Dan approached me to be a part of Killer of Killers and said, I want you to play this like young Latin World War II pilot, or he's actually a mechanic, he knows how to fly these planes.
Does he have a
And
name?
um, shoot, I've been talking about Reyes all
Yeah,
day.
yeah, that's right.
I don't remember. I'm sorry,
It's
but
okay.
we'll get the name. But yeah, so uh it's so much fun. I watched it not too long ago. It's such a heartfelt story. There's so much um like you just get lost in these characters and these stories and then seeing the world of the Predator in a way that we've never seen it before
Right.
is fascinating. And I got a big kick out of, I also got to work with Michael Bean uh,
Mm,
in my story, which was awesome. And I'm a big Michael Bean fan. I worked with him also on Law and Order Organized Crime as well.
very
So
cool.
he
Yeah.
had but yeah, it was great. It's so good. So I'm excited for people to see that June 6th.
Season 6. Yeah, I think it's amazing that they're able to expand that world. You
Yeah.
think it's, only one thing for a while, and then when Mindhunter came out with that role, it was like, wow, it could be something different. So
Yes.
I think that's what this animated show is doing as well. Hey,
Yeah.
Rick, thank you so much for taking the time. Let's not make it another 20 years the next time we talk. And
Absolutely, man. No, we're gonna do this.
thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Appreciate it, man. Have a good rest of your
Thank
day.
you. You
All right.
too.
Bye.